Hello and welcome to Angry Andy Reviews, and this is my review for Primal, starring Nicolas Cage, and today I have a very special guest who has joined me in this endeavour and another endeavour today, which...
So many endeavours.
Oh, so many endeavours.
So many
We're
endeavours.
endeavoured out,
Huge
I'm
endeavours.
afraid. We're so endeavoured out. But yes, this is Mr. Dan Brazier of Spider-Dan and the Secret Boars.
Correct.
More on that in a little bit, but obviously we are here to talk about Primal.
Primal.
What did you think of this film?
Well, this was a birthday gift for you.
It was,
Because you...
and I'm very grateful.
So you love Nicolas Cage. I love a bit of Nicolas Cage. We love our
Nicolas Cage.
crazy Nicolas Cage movies, and
Yeah.
I thought, an assassin loose on a boat
Yep.
who releases all the deadly animals that Nicolas Cage is a kind of poacher and he captures. And this is I thought, right, this is it.
This is the ultimate Nick Cage film.
Fairly good reviews.
The thing on the front of the DVD says the ultimate hunter versus the ultimate predator.
Ooh. And did it deliver? That's the question. Did it deliver?
No, it really didn't.
No.
It really didn't, and it's I mean, we were just talking just then before we started, and it's the premise is there, the idea's there.
Yeah.
They just don't go full on with it, do
No.
they, at all.
The
It doesn't really
delivery of the idea is not as well as it could have been
work. No.
done.
Yeah.
Well,
Really, disappointingly so as well, because they have. I mean, the CGI is not great for a start. Right at the start of the film, you can go, okay, they're really massively constrained by a budget.
yeah, I was going to say.
But there's not enough of what there should have been, which is primarily the animals. And you said that. That's the first thing you pretty much said.
I was expecting like utter chaos, like loads of animals loose of
I mean,
every type.
Somebody puts it. Is it on the back of it? Yeah. Die Hard meets snakes on a plane. No, it's really not.
It's a lie.
Snakes on a plane works so well because it's absolutely chaotic.
Yeah, I mean
that's why it's such a well loved film, even though it's such a terrible film as well.
Because it's mad. It's from the get go. It is mad.
It's unrelenting.
I think the start of it, a guy gets bitten on his dick by a snake.
Yeah.
Like straight away. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Like that's how it opens. You go, okay, I'm in this.
I can never unsee the bit where that old guy throws the chihuahua and the big cobra thing eats it, and then he gets eaten himself.
There you go. Perfect.
But yeah, that's what this film should have been.
Yeah.
It should have been like all these animals are massively released by this deranged assassin who himself is causing carnage.
Yeah, exactly.
But it just doesn't work.
No,
carnage never happens at all across any point of it.
They seem to be more focused on like why he's in the ship. What's he doing there? What's the story behind that?
Yeah.
What the NSA and CIA and Navy want to do with him, and where he's been, and all this, and they want to keep him alive. He's very important, and that seems to me like it's just very routine and ordinary and boring. Like, I've seen that a million times.
Well, that was what the premise was for Snakes on a Plane. I think he was transporting a convict, wasn't he? I think.
Ah, right, okay. I thought he was like an air marshal or something.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen Snakes on a Plane, but I'm sure he was transporting a convict, and then the gang that wanted the convict dead put all these snakes on a plane just to bring down the plane.
Sure.
Rather than just
it kind of makes more sense.
But that should have been
logic
kind of what that was. Maybe they should have done that in this film.
Yeah,
done that.
I would say there's probably more logic to Snakes on a Plane than this.
Yeah,
like a lot of the characters are just like Famke Janssen plays a naval officer, medical officer.
Famke Janssen was in GoldenEye, Xenia on the Top. She was Jean Grey in the X-Men films. She's been in tons of stuff. She is completely exposed in this film. She is... her performance is terrible.
It's really bad. It's like... And it's clear she's had a lot of work done. I don't know if that's affects her emoting or her acting, but some of her delivery is just terrible. We're just looking at each other going, what is going on?
It wasn't even just delivery, it's like the way she holds herself, some of the choices she makes, like she's standing there and things like that. It's like, what? Are you actually trying?
Yeah.
You said it doesn't look like she's trying, but I was like, I'm not so sure. I think this is just really, really bad acting.
Yeah.
And it kind of annoyed me because obviously I remember from GoldenEye, know.
I mean, how could you forget?
Exactly. And in that, she's really good in GoldenEye.
She is. She's fantastic.
So, I mean, it's
She's
25 years.
She's like deliciously evil. You know? She's loving it.
But there's literally nothing here. It's threadbare. There's nothing to her character. She's a lieutenant in the Navy. Ooh, okay. Yeah. She's a doctor. Ooh, okay. There's nothing to it. It's so threadbare.
She's very she's got no agency really either. They're like, you stay in the hold. You look after the ill.
Well, there's no agency in the film really. If you think about it. Yeah. They try and set up like, we need to go and capture this guy, but we've got to be careful because the animal's loose. Well, okay. Yeah. But it's all very plodding. The film plods, and you said we paused it about 45 minutes in.
Yeah.
And you went, is it only been 45 minutes?
Only been 45 minutes.
And we'd literally just recorded a podcast from
Spider Dan and Secret Balls.
Yeah, was on evil robots, and that podcast was 2 hours, and it flew by. We had absolutely flew by. But this, it was a struggle.
It dragged. It did drag.
Absolute struggle.
And I think Nick Cage is the best thing in it. But,
definitely.
But I think the script is really lacking.
Yeah.
Like, even the opening, we were like, this is really it's just like text on a screen. And then Primal comes up on the screen.
Yeah, the opening credits are just rubbish.
Turns to like red blood. And I was like, you could have had loads of animals and stuff, lots of like, I think of all the great openings in cinema. Like, even credit sequences, you can do a lot with a credit sequence, alone.
You can offset a lot of what you aim to or what you're trying to say in the opening credits.
And you could have shown some of the animals maybe, or something else, or clips from later on, or anything. But it's literally just they play a bit of music, bit of text on the screen. There's a car driving. That is it.
And the text ends up becoming a running joke of the film, doesn't it? So at one point, the ship stops. The engine's been cut off. And it comes up with coordinates in the bottom latitude. Right. So it comes up with coordinates right here on the screen. Where's my hand going? There we go. Right here.
You're right.
And it says 407 nautical miles off Venezuela or whatever.
Yeah, Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, whatever. The ship's not moving. So a couple of scenes happen, and then it goes back to an establishing shot of the ship. And it comes up yet again. 407 miles off wherever.
Yeah. Longitude, latitude.
Another couple of scenes. 407 nautical miles. Like, we know you haven't moved. You don't need to tell us.
The engines have stopped. You've made that perfectly
clear. We're fully
clear.
aware this ship isn't going anywhere. Not only that, but he breaks the controls at one point, so the ship just ends up going into a spin. But it's still like, 407 nautical miles. It's like, you don't know what you're doing. Why are you doing this? You're just doing this because it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just.
Even
for a straight to DVD release,
straight to DVD Nick Cage movie.
Yeah, I mean the front cover, for God's sake, the front cover of the DVD has an explosion right there. You can see it on the boat. That never happens. Never happens. There's nothing.
It's the same shot of the boat. I think that's when you pull out at the end of the movie. And we were like, is the explosion going to happen right now?
Yeah, literally the end.
Will that happen?
Are they all going to die now? It's like, but this is the thing. A lot of B movies do this, don't they? When they release a DVD, they have something on the cover that doesn't quite match what's happening.
Yeah, true.
But Jesus Christ, don't put an explosion on the front of your DVD when it's not even going to happen.
It's just, I think. It's just like a waste. Like they telegraph a lot of stuff. Like they kind of set it up. They do the whole Chekhov's gun thing.
Foreshadowing in the extreme.
Yeah.
Oh, these monkeys will rip your face off. Well, it happens.
If you touch the baby, they'll rip your face off. And he went, where's the baby? And obviously the guy grabs the baby and the monkeys go for him. And it's just a lot of it. I was just like, I'm pretty sure stuff has happened and I've just missed it or not. But I was like,
but you hadn't.
I hadn't.
It was literally went, have I missed a scene? I went, no.
Have they said that the engines have stopped?
They're just going for it.
Yeah, they just like turn off all the engines, and it's a lure to get the assassin in there.
Yeah, and oh god, it all goes wrong. It's just there's a lot of bad decisions.
Yeah. From
the characters, like the special forces team that brought him in. Suddenly can't bring him in anymore. Yeah, and it's like, what are you doing? You're making all these stupid mistakes.
And I was just like, it was almost like it's almost really quite heavy-handed. Like there's the whole idea of them taking him by boat is because he has seizures or a medical problem.
Yeah,
and it's very ham-fisted the way they.
But again, that's foreshadowing because like, he has a brain issue that if we take him in a plane, it would kill him. So he fakes a seizure, which is. that's they telegraph it immediately, saying, "Oh, he's got a brain."
Yeah.
Something
It's almost
wrong
like
with his brain that
it's
might
like,
give him seizures.
We thought about doing snakes on a plane, but we said no.
Yeah.
We decided to do it on a boat. You know.
Yeah.
It's like, but yeah, and obviously that's the way he's going to break out. He's going to fake one.
Yep, which
and that's
he does.
exactly what happens. Exactly.
I mean, to be fair to the assassin, who is played by Kevin Durand, who you may remember from X-Men Origins. He was in Lost.
Legion.
Legion.
Yeah.
You've seen him in loads of films.
Yeah.
He is a pretty good actor.
He is good. I like him. I really like him.
And he is all right in this. They're probably going to give him more. I don't think it's a case of
Yeah.
I think it is a case of he was acting with what he had.
Yeah.
And it's the same with Nicolas Cage. I think both of them do better with what they're given.
Oh yeah.
As opposed to Famke Janssen. I think Famke Janssen is completely exposed by the script.
Yeah, I don't know if the direction is that good though overall. So I think if the direction was slightly better, then maybe Famke Janssen wouldn't look as bad as she did.
I mean, that's what it is. I think it's exposed, like, unfortunately for her, that maybe she is more like a director's actor, which is nothing wrong with that. You do get those actors that they're more inspired by the director, so they do a better performance.
Yeah.
Whereas some actors like Nicolas Cage obviously just brings what he brings.
Yeah.
There's a film that he did a very long time ago, which I think it only got released on DVD, and he basically the director said, "Do what you want."
Right.
Do what you want. I can't remember what it's called for the life of me, which is terrible. And he turned up with one contact lens in of a different colour.
Okay.
A mustache, a Hawaiian shirt, and a pair of shorts. It's the one where he flings the coat hangers and things. He goes, "Oh, the fucking hangers!"
Yeah. Is that one where he just screams, "Fuck"?
Yes, that one. Film. Yeah. I can't remember from life of me what it is.
I'm going to try and guess. Is it Deadfall or is that it?
Deadfall. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned it before. You definitely mentioned it before.
And that film is utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's because Nicolas Cage brings what he brings into a film.
He has like a fake tan and
yeah.
I think Clancy Brown and some other people are in it. I've not seen it myself, but just off Nick Cage loses his shit and all the clips that are in that film.
The YouTube clip, Nick Cage loses his shit.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's classic.
Brilliant.
Classic.
It's almost like it's poking fun at him, but it's not. It's literally like this is Nicolas Cage at his best.
Yeah, this is...
Because that's how I came to love Nicolas Cage. I saw that and I was like, I want to watch these films. And having watched them, I love him. I absolutely love him.
It's fantastic.
I mean, I do like him in this. He has some cracking lines.
Yeah.
There are some lines where we just burst out laughing, where he's calling like the federal government and everything. I can't repeat him here because it's a bit offensive. But
some of them. Yeah.
But I mean, he looks like he's enjoying it, but at the same time, it's like, is it still that point where he's doing it on necessity? I don't really know.
Is he still trying to get back all the taxes lost? And, and it's,
I mean, I really do like Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah.
I like what he brings to a performance. He adds just that extra.
I actually don't think it would be as good if there was just some other guy. I don't think we'd be watching it.
No, definitely.
Purely for Nicolas Cage watching.
Yeah.
Again, some good name actors and some quality actors in there as well.
Yeah.
You've got was it LaMonica Garrett as one of the soldiers, and he was
he's right there. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the monitor and the anti-monitor in Crisis on Infinite Earths
he was,
in the Arrowverse.
He's very good for his part.
Yeah, he doesn't have a massive part.
No.
But he's he's fine. He delivers for what he needs to deliver.
And then he gets mercilessly destroyed by Kevin Durand.
Yeah, pretty much.
He just gets completely shot in the face.
And you've got the guy from The Sopranos. I can't remember his character's name in The Sopranos.
No, he's the nephew. He's the nephew in The Sopranos.
He's like the Weasley lawyer type, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very good. He does what he does. But beyond that, there's not really much going for the cast. I mean, the script is just really lacking.
Yeah.
CGI is, it is B movie-ish. You can forgive it to a degree.
Yeah.
But
it's still not great.
It's still not.
Even for a B movie,
it's
still not a good B movie.
Yeah, because it's not really B movies for me. They have to be enjoyable.
Yeah.
If they're ridiculous, they have to be entertaining.
Like I expected this to be. I expected this to be so over the top and so bizarre and so weird and loads of animals killing people. Yeah. That's what I hoped for, but it's actually quite.
And that's what it promises in the trailer.
Yeah.
It promises like just copious amounts of people. And I said to you at the start of the film, look at all these goons.
Yeah, exactly.
All these goons, they're all going to get taken out. But no, they just end up killing each other, and it's like we don't want.
They get stabbed or shot, and I was like, for the most part, they just get stabbed or shot.
Yeah, and I was hoping like he had more animals in his menagerie, because Nicolas Cage in this film is an animal trafficker who becomes good at the end, and whatever, and he has no permits for these animals. So I was hoping there'd be some like just go crazy with it. Have a rhino in there. Have alligators.
Fuck it. Yeah, why not?
A giant boa constrictor. Anything. Just let them loose. I mean, but
he's got parrots, snakes, a white jaguar that plays quite a prominent role in the whole film.
Yeah.
I saw a tapir in there as well.
Yeah, random
we were hoping the tapir was going to ravage somebody, absolutely destroy someone.
You said like this has to be tapir time. It's got to be tapir time. But yeah, there's just a scene where he's just ushering in this tapir back into its cage because Kevin Durand's let them all out, and
the deadliest of animals.
Nothing came of the parrot either. No. I was hoping the parrot would.
They set up that quite a bit. I mean, they set up a lot of stuff, and some of that came through in the end.
And a lot of it just disappeared entirely.
Like at the start, he's capturing the white jaguar, and they're saying that he's the ghost cat and that he devours humans.
Yeah.
And, he's all about vengeance and stuff. And he's constantly throughout the entire film, not a man eater, doesn't eat men.
Yeah.
And in the end, does eat a man.
Yeah, exactly.
So forced to eat a man because they're starving.
Yeah.
But I also lost track of like I was saying about where the boat's going, what's happening with the boat. Is it working? Is it not working? Have they got lifeboats? No, they don't. Have they called the Coast Guard? No, they haven't. It was a lot of back and forth and confusion.
I think it's, the script exposes itself, doesn't it? Because there's a lot of like, oh, we need to do this, that's been done, and then they forget about it.
Yeah.
So Kevin Durand destroys the lifeboats, but then... Oh, no, not Kevin Durand.
Yeah. The other guy, the Weasley guy, the soprano guy. Yeah.
He destroys the lifeboat at the end, and what's his... LaMonica Garrett, he destroys one. It's like, oh, okay, so you want to prevent him from getting off, but
you're also...
shouldn't you really just get the civilians off?
Yeah.
And then isolate him?
He's obviously very... the whole point of the film is he's very valuable to the NSA or whoever it is. But they don't want him to reveal certain bits of information, like black market dealings or whatever he's doing, or black ops stuff. But I was like, is it really that important that you're going to risk everybody else's life?
Yeah, I mean it doesn't really make any sense. No. None of it really makes any sense when you boil it down. And they try to answer those questions at the end, saying, "Oh, I'm not the evil man.
Yeah,
I was only doing what I was ordered to do." But by that point, you don't care. You've lost any semblance of care.
And Famke Janssen is like, I can't believe you brought snakes on this.
I
can't believe you brought snakes on this boat.
It's so irresponsible that you brought venomous snakes on this boat and they've been released accidentally.
Yeah. And I was like, fuck you, lady, for a start, because you brought on a trained assassin. It's not just a random mindless snake.
An expert who was brought in for counterintelligence and then sent on assassination missions.
Like you're the reckless one for putting that person on a civilian boat with no real kind of secure wing for that person. It's just a regular cage.
Yeah, they just made a cage out of nothing and then expected nothing to happen from it.
Surely nothing will go wrong. But they were like, no, Nicolas Cage, those dangerous animals, how dare you?
I mean, you literally said, fuck you, lady.
Yeah. I was like, you can't fucking talk. Self-righteous prick. You can't talk. You can't say anything.
Self-righteous prick.
Yeah. What the fuck, man? It's just like you can't just have a go at Nicolas Cage. Yeah, he's not great. He's not a great person.
Yeah.
But at least he hasn't brought these animals are just they're made to kill. But this guy was he's an intelligent. He's a human being. He's intelligent.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
Like he's just murder. He will plot and plan and do whatever he needs to get off that boat.
Yeah. I mean that's it. The idea was there, and I said to you towards the end of the film, was like they should have picked one way or the other.
Yeah.
They should have gone the horror route with the animals, maybe. Like, okay, maybe there was an assassin on board, and he's let them out.
Yeah. Maybe there's some guy, a saboteur, more likely. Yeah. Instead of an assassin, maybe it's just a saboteur who goes, I'll just release all these animals and get off the boat.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Purely pretty much like Snakes on a Plane, because they don't want the guy to talk or whatever. I can't really remember. I should rewatch Snakes on a Plane. They don't want him to talk, or they don't want him to be taken back or whatever. So they just try and assassinate the entire plane.
Yeah, there you go.
That should have been the same thing with this. Should have been the same premise with this.
But it seemed like they were more interested in the kind of, and it's it's nothing new. Like we've seen this before. We've seen
many times before.
Like it's like the Die Hard elements. It's not really
Die Hard, man.
No, there's no Die Hard.
I disagree with that entire. Who put that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I'm not going to mention it, but yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
I don't even
the
know
review the reviewer explains everything.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't see the Die Hard elements. I see, like, oh, it's on a boat. Like,
it's in a contained environment. That's the only any kind of contextual thing you can bring towards Die Hard. Is in a contained environment.
Our friend Nathan Smith loves all the Die Hards on something else, like Die Hard in a stadium, or Die Hard on a boat, Die Hard in a plane, Die Hard in a you name it. He's like, oh, I liked that era of action movies. Yeah. But again, this is not even close to anything like that.
Not even, no. No.
I just very middle of the road.
Yes. I mean, that's just it. Nicolas Cage, I mean, we watched one a fair while ago, though, didn't we?
Bad Lieutenant.
Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah.
One of my favourite Nicolas Cage films.
It's great.
I mean...
It is as crazy as you think it's going to be, and it delivers on all the crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this, you said it as well, there's not one point where Nicolas Cage does anything Nicolas Cage-like.
He doesn't go full Cage.
Yeah, which is, this would have been the perfect arena for him to do it.
Like if he almost became one of the animals and just went, went a bit mad,
went a bit insane. Because the film's called Primal. Yeah, it's called Primal. So it almost says, Nicolas Cage is going to
devolve or into some
like that,
savage beast. But he really doesn't. He's still got a plan. Yeah. He's still very. I mean, I do like that he has a compound bow. I mean, there was a bit where we were watching
Where did that come from?
Yeah, just pulled out his compound bow.
Oh well, I'll put my sanitizer gun down. I put my pistol down. I put my sleeper gun down. I pick up a crossbow, and there we go. Just
and that's it. And
whatever.
But he's also got this blow dart, and I feel like it's stuff that Nicolas Cage came to the set with, and he just went, "I'm gonna have a bow today."
I hope that was actually the case. I hope he just randomly turned and went, I've got this ancient
blowgun,
American Indian blow dart that I'm going to use. Okay, fine, cool.
Yeah, sure.
We'll roll it.
Great, we'll add that to the script. But I remember we were watching this scene and it's like he's the assassin Kevin Durand is revealed. I can't even know the character's name.
No, I can't remember it. Was it Lefleur or who cares?
Who knows? Who knows? Big, tall Kevin Durand. And he's explaining.
He's very fucking tall.
He is tall. He's a big bastard.
Massive.
I don't know how he managed to hide on this boat. I don't care how big this boat is. How do you hide?
Oh, it's so true.
How do you hide someone who's 7 foot?
I mean, the boat is a cargo ship, but it's not like one of those massive cargo ships. It's actually quite a small one.
It's relatively small.
And for large portions of the film, he and that that white Jaguar just completely disappear.
Yeah, I didn't even I said to you, I was like, when did they capture it? They captured it. They managed to capture it again, and Nicolas Cage lets it loose again.
It was a really throwaway moment. Nicolas Cage just kind of sat there, and he just went, "Oh, it's there."
All right, lock,
close the cage.
Yeah, literally that.
Really? Come on.
The whole film is about how that white Jaguar is so rare, so expensive, and such a big deal. Like Nick Cage is very protective of that. He's actually more protective. The funny thing is, he's more protective of the animals than he is the humans.
God, he just doesn't care, does he?
He just doesn't care. There's a guy gets bitten by a snake, and she's
he goes, "Oh well,
he'll probably die anyway." But then Kevin Durand he's like, "What?" Because he steals the charts, the sea charts.
Yeah, the sea charts. Even though
navigational maps, whatever.
I'm sure they still use those, but I'm pretty sure everything's now
digital.
Yeah. I mean, he destroys all the computers and everything, so that's why he needs the sea charts. Of course, it's still like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, and he's torturing him, and he's like, "I'll never tell. You can't kill me because I've got the information. You never do it." So he starts shooting these parrots one by one, shooting these parrots, and you're like, wow, you care more about those parrots, those exotic birds, than you do any of the humans on this boat. However, he still makes the most logical decisions in the movie.
Yeah, he is literally. Nicolas Cage is the only character. Nicolas Cage's character, Frank Walsh, is the only one that makes any sort of semblance of
reasonable decisions, logical reasoning decisions for that character and in that time and place.
I mean, there's a kid in it. His dad is the one who's been bitten by a snake, and they think he's passed away.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think they probably changed that later on because they're like, "Oh, it's a bit grim that he's lost his dad." So he's magically survived. But
he would be dead.
During the course of the film, like 3/4 through, he's like, "Well, he's dead. Say goodbye, kid." And the kid's like, "Oh," and he goes, "Oh, okay." So like, just walks away.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
It's just not. Yeah, it's just not. I was really hoping this would be like, I bought this as a gift for you. I feel like I've let you down.
No, don't be daft. Don't be daft. I mean, I still, as odd as it sounds, I still enjoyed Nicolas Cage's performance.
Yeah.
I think that's just
something.
That's just like, I think it's just baseline fanboyism.
Yeah.
Same thing I have with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've got all of Arnold Schwarzenegger's films. There's too many Nicolas Cage films out there for me to have them all.
You can't review them.
But
I mean, that's a challenge in itself.
yeah, God, maybe one day. As a fan of the actor himself, I still enjoyed moments of Nicolas Cage. I just wanted that little bit more.
Yeah.
I just wanted that. I wanted that spark, that bit of fire, that bit of that ignition where you see him, like in Ghost Rider, when he's just like, and he's just going, and it just goes and goes and goes, and he's building up. There was none of that in there. Door. Oh, God, fucking.
The rider's gonna come out.
Shoot him again. His soul's still dancing.
But I remember we were watching one of the scenes, and he's got this compound bow. He's got a gun on him. Somebody else has got a gun on him. And
he's going to die.
And they're talking about this, and he's holding the bow, and he's holding the arrow, and he's like, "How's
There's no wavering."
Yeah, there was no wavering. He was like, "How's the tension on that bow?" And I was like, "There's more tension on that bow than in this fucking scene." I don't care. I didn't care.
That's just it. For everything the film tries to do with like the intense moments or any sort of like emotional moments, they just don't work. No. It just doesn't pan out. It doesn't work at all.
And in the resolution, I was
having talked about this, I think my score's just dropped from what I was going to originally do.
Oh really?
It. Yeah.
Drop even more. Fair enough. I think I've dropped it as well.
Yeah, I mean. I really wanted to like this film, but
I did as well. I really tried.
It just wasn't giving anything in return. We were invested for like the first scene when Nicolas Cage was trying to capture the white Jaguar. We were invested. Yeah. We were like gunning for it. We were like gunning for it.
I even said we're going to see a lot of CGI animals because the way the way films are now, obviously animals have more rights and they're treated more fairly, which is a good thing.
But the first CGI animal we saw was a fly.
Oh my God! Yeah, I forgot about that. You were
I mean, literally, like there's Nicolas Cage has set a trap for the white Jaguar. It's he's waiting for it to come out of the jungle. So there's flies all over this goat, and you pan away. You know for a fact the corpse is rotting or whatever. And as it pans away to pan towards Nicolas Cage, a CGI fly just flies into the screen and buzzes around a bit. And I literally went, what was the point in that?
How does that add anything to the story?
Why have you added that? It doesn't.
We can see there's a corpse. We can see it's hot in here. Because they go rainforest, Brazil.
Oh, for God's sake! Yeah. So
as if we don't know where that is.
That descriptor right in the centre. Because that was right in the centre of the screen, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Just rainforest. Where are we? Go rainforest, Brazil, right there. Yeah, all the other ones are fucking in the other corner. Yeah. It's like rainforest, Brazil, so no coordinates, no nothing.
No, nothing.
Doesn't say anything about the Amazon rainforest.
Don't worry, we get coordinates later.
Yeah, but then later on it's 300 degrees 25 northwest, 407 miles from Puerto Rico. What?
Do you reckon some like sailors looking at that and going, "I know those coordinates. I was there once."
Yes, and bollocks to you.
But yeah, I like all you needed was like we heard the sound of the fly anyway.
Yeah, you just don't need it baffled me.
Why put
wasted money on a CGI fly when there's real flies on it? So clearly, they've obviously put honey on this bloody fake whatever. So you've got real flies on it. Yeah. Yet they add a CGI fly.
I mean, why not do a tiny black dot and then hear the sound? I don't need to see it close up.
Yeah.
It doesn't add anything. It doesn't say anything. It's a waste of money if anything, because you're going and you're also going. Here's our budget CGI right in the middle of your face, right in the middle of your screen.
Yeah.
Enjoy, because it's not going to be good.
Yeah. To be fair, the fly was probably the best CGI thing of the entire film.
True. But even that bit where you were like, because there was, like you said, oh, haven't they captured all the monkeys? And then there was a scene where there was a jump scare with a monkey.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah, and because it gets loose in the galley.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
The monkeys that will tear your face off if you touch their child.
Yeah. Don't do it.
They were in the galley, and obviously the cook goes into the galley to help them make food. He gets killed because he touches the baby. But then Nicolas Cage recaptures them, puts them back in, but there's still a monkey in the galley.
There's at least because it's like a cheap jump scare basically.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything either. It just
But yeah, again, maybe another monkey got in there, but it's got blood on its hands. It's got blood on its hands. It's got blood on its hands, so that says to me it was one of the monkeys that pulled his skin off.
Yeah, so they just left him in there rather than attempting to recapture them.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh,
and it's like fresh blood as well. It's not like because it would have dried by that point. It would have dried to its hands. It wouldn't be able to just like paint it all over a wall or anything. It's been ages. It's been like hours and hours.
Cannibalistic monkeys.
Cannibalistic monkeys. Yeah.
Right, well, I think we've reached the end point of that, to be quite honest.
We've exhausted ourselves.
Yeah.
Primal.
Let's go for a score.
Okay.
What are you giving this out of 10?
Now,
for you personally.
I was actually going to give it a much higher score, but I have through our conversation, I've realised probably isn't worth that score that I was going to give it. I'm going to say, are we doing out of 10 or?
Yeah, out of 10. That's the Angry Andy reviews.
Angry Andy reviews out of 10. 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
Yeah, 4 out of 10.
Right, okay.
And that's purely because Nicolas Cage is in it.
Yeah.
Like otherwise this would be totally forgettable.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, Kevin Durant does his best. Nicolas Cage obviously is Nicolas Cage.
Famke Janssen maybe does her best. I've seen her do better.
Yeah, that's what really infuriates me.
Yeah.
I've seen her do so much better.
Yeah, you know.
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, because it's clearly that it's not that she doesn't care about the film.
Yeah, I don't know. Something just doesn't work. Whatever it is, something doesn't work. Whether it's direction or, you know, maybe she was given no direction. I don't know if it's the framing of the shots, because the shots are
Nicholas Powell.
So the shots are quite bare as well. They're quite like.
They are. We've not really talked about that. There's nothing going on, is there?
Yeah, there's just a lot of shots, and I think the shots are quite unforgiving.
Yeah.
I think they are. I think, to be fair to Famke Janssen, you know, no matter how good her acting skills are, I think there's a lot of time where it's just single shot, wide shot on her. So if she can't deliver the goods on that, then that's.
I'm just trying to think of like all the major scenes like she's done in the past, and
But I'm thinking. I think the direction doesn't help.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she's guiltless in this blame, but I think that
it's the same with everyone. The same with all the actors, isn't it? I think there's quite a few moments. Even Nicolas Cage has a few moments where it's just like, let him go and do something.
Yeah, it's like the scenes when they're just like drinking or something really pointless.
Yeah,
I'm like, you could have cut this.
Yeah.
Could have cut that.
In the boiler room where they're having a drink and they're talking nonsense. I can't even remember what they were freaking talking about. But
they're like, I served.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, good for you.
Fantastic. What does that add to
so
the
you
character?
So you know how to fight a little bit?
Yeah, that was the whole thing with Nicolas Cage thing, wasn't it? You served as well? Yeah, I was a
mechanic. I was
a mechanic in the Airborne. Okay. Fine.
Does it assist
what does it
anything?
bring? Doesn't really bring anything. It's just more exposition that doesn't really go anywhere.
There is quite a fair bit of exposition. It's a lot of exposition dumpage all over.
Yeah, in a film that doesn't need it.
Yeah, it's simple. It's a straightforward story. Just tell that story.
Yeah. I think I'm aligning with you.
Yeah.
I'm going for a 4.
4 out of 10.
4 out of 10, ladies and gentlemen, on this one, unfortunately. Yeah, I wanted so much more from this film.
And this is a new release as well. This is only I got the DVD.
Yeah.
Basically, I pre-ordered the DVD for you because it was your birthday, and it's only.
It's almost sounding like I'm ungrateful. I'm not. I'm very
grateful.
Very grateful.
No, of course. No, that's fine. That's fine. And
this is the kind of film that I like. I like talking to you about these kind of films because
the B movies are the best movies.
Mr. Dan Brazier is very much on form with films like this, like B movies and films that you've never really seen before. His podcast talks so much about secrets of like Hollywood that people may find boring. You know, even films that you may find boring.
Mainstream audience may find boring, but if they're unappreciated, unannounced, if they're infamous for whatever reason, I'll give them a look and we'll see see if I can find any kind of positives to spin on them.
I mean, we've watched a
we
number
did.
of crazy
So
films now.
Bad Lieutenant.
Bad Lieutenant, yeah.
Which
was a wide release, but it was still, it's kind of become a cult film in itself.
It definitely is a cult film, especially because of Nick Cage. I think it's one of the cultiest Nick Cage films.
Definitely.
It's probably one of the ultimate Nick Cage films. Yeah. It's really up there.
Because it's just his performance.
Yeah.
Nothing else in the film matters.
There's no plot. Literally the other characters do. Listen to the podcast. Spider-Man: The Secret Balls available all kind of places. All the iTunes.
There will be a link in the description below, so you can have a listen to.
And he's on. And he's on going to be on at least 3 of them now. But I need to publish the following one. But yeah, good stuff. It's like I talk comics, underappreciated comics, characters, films, movies, TV, you name it. Give it a listen. There's 50+ episodes, so a lot for you to get through already. So.
A lot of catch up, and the long as well, which is good.
Yes, nice.
Plenty of investment time.
Ooh, lots of information, lots of quality trivia as well.
So, what's next? You mentioned that there is a Nicolas Cage film coming out.
Oh, okay.
Not for a while.
Okay.
Where he plays himself.
Oh my gosh, that has got to be the most Nick Cage film. So that's double Nick Cage. That's almost triple Nick Cage.
I think we should do this again when that film has come out.
Absolutely.
I'm anticipating that to be a wide release, so a similar release to that one. This one was straight to DVD.
It was, yeah.
Went straight to DVD. I'm anticipating that film to be a wide release, so I think when we see that, we should come back.
Absolutely,
and do another collaboration.
Yes.
Everybody loves collaborations. I love collaborations.
Crossovers.
Can't say it properly. Collaboration.
Yeah, do it.
So yeah.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much for joining me. So, what is going to happen next on the channel? I'm not quite sure because the coronavirus seems to be pushing back. I'm not sure if that's taboo. That's why we've got a bit of distance between us.
Yes. No one breathe all over it.
Was it Italy had a meter? Well, we're not quite a meter, so we're screwed.
Yeah. I'm going to kiss him in a minute.
I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. Disney Plus is coming out soon, so I might watch a few films on there and do a few reviews on there.
A lot of cool old school Marvel cartoons as well. Gargoyles is on there.
Gargoyle, what?
Yeah, Gargoyles is going to be on there. Yeah.
What a show!
Yeah.
My God, I remember watching that back in the day when I was a kid.
There you go.
Jesus. So I'll probably aim more for that kind of stuff, I think. Purely because
you can be
a lot of the films have been pushed back. We've had X-Men, New Mutants pushed back. Mulan pushed back. Fast and Furious has been pushed back an entire year. A whole fucking year. Is that to give room for Bloodshot? Probably. But, these studios are taking it very seriously.
Yeah, they are.
Really taking it seriously. Quiet Place 2.
But you also got to remember, a lot of box office nowadays comes from China.
Yeah.
Huge huge box office.
I mean, No Time to Die was the first one to get pushed back, the James Bond film, which we're so looking forward to seeing in the next month or so.
I mean, the reason we got the Pacific Rim 2 wasn't for like the Western world; it was for China.
Yeah,
they loved that stuff.
China's gross was higher than the US gross, which has never happened before. I love Pacific Rim. I didn't like Pacific Rim 2. I've got to be honest.
Nah, fair enough.
Didn't like it.
Yeah, fair play.
Which is a shame. But so that's probably what I'll be aiming for pretty soon. I've not done many reviews recently, purely because I'm planning for a wedding. Yeah, so just trying to figure things out. I'll get a few out. Hopefully get to see the Invisible Man.
Oh, I want to see that. Yeah.
So do I.
Me and our friend Rasheen, we looked back at the Hollow Man. It's 20 years old.
Hollow
that
Man. Great fucking film.
Amazing film, and it's about a creepy invisible dude. So the original creepy invisible dude. So there you go.
Give a listen to Spider-Dan and the Secret Balls. You can find him on Podbean. You can find him on all sorts of different
iTunes
podcasts. Yeah, he's also on YouTube as well.
I am on YouTube. There's no visual stuff, but it is talking. You can listen to.
No visual stuff for the moment. I'm trying to convince him
to get himself a camera. Maybe soon. We'll
So. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment. Have you seen this film? What other Nicolas Cage films have you seen? I've seen many. I haven't seen all of them. So if you've got a favourite Nicolas Cage film that's like a B movie or even one that is great, because he's got some great films out there.
Leaving Las Vegas, he won the Oscar for.
It's amazing.
It's one of the more depressing films, but
it's brilliant.
It is a good film.
Brilliant, and obviously you got The Rock.
Oh, I love The Rock.
Rock is a great film. Welcome to The Rock.
You're the Rocket Man.
I don't listen to shit. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, there we go. Thank you very much for watching, everybody.
This has been the
Mr.
white
Dan
Jaguar.
Brazier.
Put the white Jaguar back in the cage.
Oh, yeah. Maybe should put the white Jaguar
back in the cage.
So, this has been Mr. Dan Brazier. I've been Angry Andy. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.